tonight.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. It is Thursday, October 5th, and as you can see in the title, Blade Runner 2049 comes out tonight. So, I ran into a bit of a problem, though, with Blade Runner 2049, and it's the fact that I have not seen the original yet. I have not seen the original Blade Runner from back in the 80s. So what I'm going to do right now before I head to the gym is sit down with my favorite pre-workout meal, one nice big bowl of SpaghettiOs, so I can get that sodium pump when I go hit some arms. So what I'm going to do is sit back, relax, watch the final cut of Blade Runner, because from what I've heard, that is the best definitive version of the original. So going to sit down, watch Blade Runner, and I'll let you guys know what I think afterwards. Alright guys, so just got done watching Blade Runner, making up my pre-workout right now to head to the gym, and I really honestly wouldn't even need any pre-workout today because it is an arm day, and I just got done eating. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like I'm not tired or anything yet, but I love the way this Ghost pre-workout tastes, and also I just love that pre-workout feeling. You can call me addicted, I don't care. It's just really good. But my thoughts on Blade Runner 1982, the original Blade Runner that came out. Looking back and not ever seeing this movie before right now, it's hard for me to even call myself a film buff or a movie lover, because after you watch this film that again came out in 1982, you think about all those other great action sci-fi movies, and this movie itself was not really an action movie. It was more of kind of like a psychological thriller and something that was very revolutionary and thought-provoking, more than just like your normal action sci-fi movie. But when you think about those other quintessential sci-fi movies of the 80s, your Aliens, Predators, Terminators, and you think about those movies, this movie, Blade Runner, was the most influential film that I have ever seen when it comes to sci-fi. Like, so many different aspects of this movie have been taken out and put into these other great classic sci-fi movies, and all of those great aspects of those movies were all kind of picked away from Blade Runner. And if you call yourself a movie lover and you haven't seen this fantastic movie, go do it right now, because again, the best way I can really describe that original Blade Runner, the one that I just got done watching, is influential. And there are just so many different aspects of this movie that, like, are taken, like, straight from this movie and applied to all those other great sci-fi films in the future. So, if I don't think I've ever honestly seen a more, Star Wars probably, but you take Star Wars out, and I don't think I've ever seen a more influential film than this Blade Runner movie. And it's crazy to think, like, that movie came out in 1982, and there are so many aspects that still make it hold up to today, and now I'm even more excited to see Blade Runner 2049 tonight. But first, gotta head to the gym, hit some arms. See you guys there. Alright guys, so just got here to the gym, and I just remembered that my tripod that I do my filming on, because I don't usually have somebody helping me film, so I'll set up my tripod in different places, but that broke on Tuesday, and I forgot to go get a new one. Therefore, as Max Tuning would say, the sickest angles, dude, are probably not going to be achieved today. So what I'm going to still try to do is film at least one set of every single exercise and go through that with you guys, try to explain it, since I'm not necessarily going to be able to show it in the best angle possible. But I am going to try to show you guys at least one set of every single exercise that I do in this arm workout. But just wanted to give you a fair warning that the actual workout footage might not look the sickest today. But I'm going to go to Walmart and get a tripod after this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the commentary over this arm workout. Now, like the last arm workout that I did a commentary over, you're going to notice there's not a lot of variation in the exercises. However, within each exercise that you guys see me do today, just know that I am doing at least 4 sets. I'm doing between 4 and 6 sets of every single exercise and still getting that volume in, even though I'm not necessarily doing a ton of different exercises. The first exercise that you see me doing is more of just like a warm-up. So I'm doing a bicep tricep kind of superset here. I did it with the rope where I would do kind of like a hammer curl with that rope curling up, and then I would do about 10 to 12 reps there, and then I would do 10 to 12 reps of the press down. The second exercise here is a hammer strength kind of preacher curl machine, and again, between 12 to 15 reps on this for 5 sets. Now, the next exercise here is a close grip bench press. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell from this angle, but my hands are not super exaggerated inside and close together, even though it is a close grip bench press. The closer your hands are together, if you are kind of breaking your body and letting your hands come over your chest too far, then you're really going to be putting a bunch of unnecessary stress on your elbows. But if you do bring your hands in from that neutral position of a regular bench press in just enough, about 2 to 3 inches, you are switching a lot of the stress, a lot of the focus from your chest to your triceps. So you don't need to go crazy over exaggerated with your hands there. You're still going to be hitting your triceps even if it's not like crazy close like you do see some people doing that. Now, this is the last exercise that I'm doing today. This is a superset again. What I'm doing is seated hammer curls, both arms at the same time. And once I'm no longer able to do those seated hammer curls, I stand up and I do alternating bicep curls with the hammers across the body to really kill that brachialis, hit those biceps, build a bunch of width, and just really grow your biceps. But this is going to be the last exercise. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Alright guys, so just got home from picking up my Chipotle and then also getting a tripod from Target. And with my Chipotle, I actually tried something new today. I tried something brand new with ordering my Chipotle, and what I did was I used the Chipotle app. Now, I have never used this Chipotle app before, but I decided to give it a try today because it was 6:30 when I went to pick it up, and Chipotle is very busy around that time. People are getting off work, people are getting their workouts done, and the line is usually very long around this time. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. So I ordered my Chipotle bowl, double chicken, white rice, sour cream and cheese. Also got a bag of chips, no queso because Chipotle, get your queso game on point. What the heck? And charging $2.05 for subpar queso, I can't deal with that. But nonetheless, I ordered my Chipotle, walked in, super long line like I said, bypassed it, walked up, I already paid on my phone, picked up my to-go bag, and left. It took me 30 seconds. Seriously, if you guys don't have the Chipotle app, download it and only ever order your Chipotle like that. It'll save you so much time. It's seriously the best thing ever. But about to enjoy this Chipotle bowl, eat these chips, watch some YouTube before heading to Blade Runner 2049. I'm pumped for that movie. So getting ready to head to the movies. Got myself a pure protein bar. These, I love these, especially the chocolate deluxe ones. They are so good. And you can get them at Walmart. They're the cheapest, basically the cheapest protein bars you can get. 21 grams of protein. I feel like if you're trying to find a bargain with protein bars, while Quest bars are delicious, these you get way more for your money with a pure protein bar. But that's besides the point. About to head to the movies to see Blade Runner 2049. Super pumped, and I'll see you guys there.
The future of the species is finally unearthed.
Alright guys, so just got done seeing Blade Runner 2049, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. It is currently 2 o'clock. My movie started at 10:55, so the movie was long. Here, let me set you guys up here real quick. The movie was long, and there were times when it definitely felt long. You could definitely feel the runtime at different parts in this movie, but I'll say that I really liked this movie. The rewatchability factor, because of the length, I'll say compared to like a Wonder Woman or a Spider-Man, is not quite there. However, if you're just wanting to watch a sequel to that great Blade Runner movie that came out in 1982, this movie expands upon that world that was built beautifully. The visuals in this movie, the director was Denis Villeneuve. I don't really know how to say the guy's name. Denis Villeneuve, whatever, the guy that did Arrival, is a visionary in its finest, like, form. This movie, like, the cinematography in this movie, along with the score, might make this movie, it's right up there at one of my favorite movies of the year. Like, visually, this is the best movie of the year. Visually, I have not seen a movie that just built a world that sucks you in like this movie did in a very long time. Seriously, I could not get over the visuals in this movie, the world building, the way it sucked you in between the score and just the storytelling again. Like, I loved this movie so much. There were a few negatives. It's hard for me to get into any negatives. It's even hard for me to really get into the positives with this movie, because the way they marketed this movie was perfect. They didn't really tell you anything, but you jump into this movie and you start to get things that you had no idea were really going to happen. You find out characters are not who you thought. Like, there's just so many different things that are in this movie that when it came to advertising, it came to the marketing, you really didn't know anything about that, and I loved that. So I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, and it's hard for me to really give a thorough review without spoiling anything. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to touch upon some of the performances in this movie. I loved Ryan Gosling in this movie. He nailed it. Seriously, Ryan Gosling was great in this movie as the lead, and the movie really did focus on him. I know they threw a bunch of Harrison Ford and Jared Leto into the marketing of this film, but again, the marketing in this film didn't necessarily really kind of portray what the actual movie was going to give you in that almost 3 hours of runtime. It was very Ryan Gosling focused, and I was okay with that. Harrison Ford wasn't quite in the movie as much as I would have liked, especially with how intriguing his character was left off at the end of Blade Runner. But again, I'm fine with that, especially with the story they were telling. And then Jared Leto, I'm going to be honest, that was one of the things that I was kind of not a big fan of. I thought there were some different parts in this movie that kind of probably could have been pulled out just to cut that runtime down, because again, this movie was a lot like the first in the fact that it was a slow burn type of movie where it's much more of a mental movie than an action type movie, but I still enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this movie. Again, is this a movie that I want to invest 3 hours of my life back into? Maybe down the road a little bit, but like, I want to give it some time to think about. But I really enjoyed this movie. And if you guys enjoyed the first movie, this is something you have to go see. Or if you're just a fan of film in general, go see this, because what Denis Villeneuve did with directing this film, it was beautiful. Even if you're not a fan of the sci-fi genre, or you're not a fan of that first Blade Runner, if you're a fan of film, and you're a fan of good cinematography and amazing visuals, this movie was beautiful. And the score, man, the score sucks you into. Just so good all around. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. I absolutely 100% recommend going to see this movie. And if you have seen it already on this Wednesday or on this Thursday opening night, comment down below, what did you think of Blade Runner 2040? But for some weird reason, my camera just stopped recording. But that just kind of summed up my thoughts of Blade Runner 2049. I absolutely loved it. And I really, if I was to compare it to the first one, I would say I liked the first one a little bit better. But this second one definitely expanded on it beautifully, was a great sequel, and I think any fan of Blade Runner is going to be happy with it. But this is going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go hit that red subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.